Welcome, everybody. I am Dan Macera, your Global Community Manager. We're coming to you live in London in the History of Battlefield pre-show, leading up to the Battlefield World premiere. And next to me is the man, the legend himself, Mr. Lars Gustafsson. How are you doing?
It's good. Good to be here.
Yeah. And what do you do for DICE? I mean, everybody knows, but for those who don't...
I make games.
Yeah, you're the design director.
Design director on...
This small game?
This small game came out. Yes, yeah. Battlefield.
And next to you is an awesome YouTube personality, entertainer. I mean, what doesn't he do?
You make me sound more impressive than
Westy,
I actually am.
Cameron West. How you doing, man?
It's really good to be here. I'm going to enjoy myself today. It's going to be good.
Well, we got a lot of really good things coming up. This hour specifically, we're going to be covering 1942 with Lars Gustafsson, Mr. Battlefield himself. He dates back to the beginning of Battlefield. And we also have a whole host of polls to engage in. So be sure that you visit the Battlefield Twitter for a chance to win some of the giveaways coming up. And in this hour, we have an awesome giveaway. This is a AMD Sapphire Tri-X Radeon card. We're going to give away 3 of those.
3?
It's a really nice card.
Yeah. 3? Wow.
3 of them. Yeah.
Well, 1. That'd be great. Yeah. I'll just take 1.
I know. Well, that's enough to run like all the titles, man.
Exactly.
It's a nice card, yeah. Well, to make it even better, we're going to be doing a Logitech combo pack, and that includes a G810 keyboard, a G633 headset, a G402 mouse, and of course, you know, the mouse pad to go with that, G24 mouse pad. So, you know, shout out to AMD and Logitech for sponsoring this great.
They hooked us up good.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So, thank you guys. But let's kick off here. Lars, you, like I said, you date back to 1942. And we're going to talk about some of the development decisions and some of the stories that came out of the studio then and what it means now. So I'm really excited that you're going to be able to join us for that.
I'm super excited to be here, and it's been quite a journey, to say the least. So to be here today and to show a new game is I mean, to be honest, it's 17 years since the very first prototype.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And that's basically all my career in the industry. So we go way back, me and Battlefield, but there's plenty of more Mr. and Mrs. Miss Battlefields back home in the studio that I wish would have been here as well.
Yeah.
But I hope you get to see them more down the road.
Well, before we dive in, we've got a special segment prepared by Jack Fraggs to run us through the history of Battlefield 1942.
Battlefield 1942, the one that kicked it all off and set the wheels in motion for the franchise. The game was released on PC only in September 2002, and there was nothing else like it at the time. It was a big jump for DICE Stockholm, the developers of the game. A lot of their history before this game was in racing games. They made the TOCA Touring Car series of games as well as some rally games as well. Not only that, but there really wasn't another game at the time doing what they were attempting here. The concept of the game was to recreate historic battles, but what set it apart was how it went about it. Based during World War II, it gave players the ability to pilot tanks, planes, and basically all the things that were previously only ever controlled by AI. Not anymore though. A whopping 64 players could actually experience that now for themselves in full control, all on the same server. That sort of scale had just not been attempted before in any other game. You had the chance to play as either the Axis or the Allies, and then you had 5 choices of role that you could play as: Scout, Assault, Medic, Anti-Tank and Engineer. This is something that would change many times over the coming years with practically every iteration of Battlefield. Conquest was the main game mode of BF 1942, and as it would turn out, the base of most of, if not all, future Battlefield titles. It was also a pretty simple idea: have lots of control points